afternoon, everybody. Hopefully this new mic position will be working quite dandy so you guys can hear me perfectly okay. Now a lot of you guys would have seen my recent video of the roundabout video where the woman actually skidded out, and there's a few comments that I was actually expecting where I switched the lane halfway through. Now it's obviously the same route that I took on that morning on my way to work. Now obviously I did try to explain in the comments about the fact that there was diesel spilt on the road, but I tried to explain that there was a sign there, but I didn't mean specifically there was a sign stating diesel. There was a sign stating slippery road, triangle, you know, anyone should know that. And it's actually down here. I'm not too sure if the sign's still here. I know it's still on the left turn and the straight turn, so whether it's still on this turn I'm not too sure, but I've took this way simply to just show in case it's still there, as people think that I seem to have a problem with roundabouts, because some of the people have actually gotten confused and think that I've had quite a lot of problems with roundabouts. You know, general things like, yeah, the sign's gone now, it was right there. And people think because I swerved over a bit, because obviously I slipped down over on that side, people seem to think that I actually have a problem with roundabouts now. So it's kind of I'm not going to indicate, but as you can see, there is no road marking. Like you can see, all the grit is still there. I kind of went over a little bit on there. That is there you go. I don't know if you can. So there's the slippy sign, just in case you didn't see it. But that's what was actually on that side. That was just showing, you know, that bit was there. It's nice Kawasaki rider right there. But people seem to think that I have a problem with roundabouts. Now this is not actually true. I have no problems with roundabouts. 100% comfortable on roundabouts. You know, I had that minor slip. Obviously I didn't come off. It was nothing major. You know, regained control of the bike. So it did. Obviously it put me off. Not as such as, oh, I'm never going to use a roundabout again. It made me a bit more aware of the fact that how easy it is to come off bikes on such things. Now I think the market is actually going to be closed, so no, it's not. That's good. And now people were obviously like, oh, lack of signalling and shit. Well, there was not a lot I could do on that day, unfortunately. As you would have seen, I was actually going straight, but obviously, yes, I did fail to, you know, indicate as such. But obviously, when that car spun out, it kind of made it a little bit hard to concentrate on the fact of using the indicator, as I was more aware not to try and rear end the woman. Now obviously we'll continue talking about this in just a moment. Now it was the other obviously courses of little things, like I'd like to, you know, thank Russ for actually posting it on his Facebook page. I did post a link for him to check out. And he did post it himself and asking for opinions on everyone else. What is this cop doing? Seriously. And he obviously did post it upon his Facebook channel for everybody else to give their opinions. Now there was a few people that have said, you know, lack of looking at mirrors. I did point at everyone that the fact that you know, I did look in my mirrors, and as I tried to explain to everybody, if you had took a look, come on, then you would have seen that at that point when I was going round, a few people did click onto this, so you know, they were actually, as I would say, racing each other, because at the point when I got to the roundabout, they were actually nowhere in sight, and all of a sudden they both came from behind me. I did check my mirrors, and as you've seen, I did say, you are going to undercut me. I can see this happening, and has predicted both cars did. I didn't expect both, I only expected one. But a couple of people actually wanted to know how she did it, how she actually spun out. Well, if you actually check out the clip properly, I know obviously it's quite a fast moving video, shall we say. What the fuck is that? I know it's quite a fast moving video, so you kind of can't get the gist of it. But as you would have seen, basically, yeah, fucking hell, I know I'm on a bike and all, but come on, use your fucking eyes. There's a lot of parked cars down here. You would have seen that where she was going that fast, if she had not have applied her brakes, she quite possibly would have rear-ended the opposite car in front of her. Now this is where she slowed right down, and obviously she clearly had no tread on the back wheel, and when she spun out, obviously I could see more than what the camera could, and she was, you know, looking at me like shit, basically. And she knew what she did. She, you know, the part that I didn't actually show in the clip, like I said, when I didn't show the fact of the slippy road sign, I said petrol, but people didn't quite get the gist of what I meant by petrol. I just meant slippy road sign, red triangle, you know, like I showed you. And what actually happened was she did undercut me, as you guys did see, but the other part that I didn't show was when I continued on and I went stupid bitch, she still came the same way as me, and she still went over, but she still got right behind me, bearing in mind I was actually going right on the roundabout, like, and you know, she went in the right lane and still went straight over, bearing in mind this is a mini roundabout, so she should have been in the left lane, because left lane is for straight and the right lane was for the right. And people were posting all this nuisance about fucking highway code and all that. Obviously I know the bloody highway code, but at this point people should know. I'm pretty sure many bikers, especially on little 125s, should understand the fact that a 125's tyres are so small, the slightest bit of rain or ice or just, you know, crappy weather will make that tyre slip. Now I didn't want to take this, you know, I didn't want to take this risk, because like I said, at this point you can see in the mirrors now there's no cars either side, there's obviously cars in front, but if you check back on that mirror on that video, just as I come up to the roundabout and I start crossing, that's when the cars start coming up, and that's when they start coming quite quickly, and you can soon see them get closer and closer and closer, and that's when it all obviously happened. So I mean, there's not a lot more you can really go over without seeing the full clip. I did try to explain to people. I didn't post the full clip because I've noticed with this GoPro it has a tendency to make the audio lag from the video, so when I'm, you know, going like that, it would have been completely out of sync and it just looks crap. And I like to make videos nicely, if you kind of get my gist. You know, I like them in sync, all together. I don't like them apart or anything like that. If it's out of sync, like you've seen, I tried to get it into sync the bestest I could, but obviously when two audio clips are together, it kind of makes it a little bit harder to resync them when they're recording both at the same time and they're not separate devices. But I hope that kind of answers it for you, and you'll kind of understand the reason of how that happened and why. I mean, I didn't drastically cut it. I only went across the centre lines. I didn't swerve straight from the left right into the right lane. I did, obviously, you know, I went on the white line, but as you can see on that video, the white lines are not the bestest of shown, you know. Oh, that's S1000R. Oh, I love that bike. Lovely bike that is. Stinks though. though. But yeah, so I mean that's all I can go over, and you know I did say, you know, thank you, you know, I've said thank you to Russ for actually posting this for me, and because I know a lot of you guys have came from Russ to check out that clip, and then you know it got quite a lot of feedback on his Facebook page, and I did get a few comments actually on the video, which was what I wanted. You know, I posted it for people's opinions. I didn't post it to state, oh, you know, look at this car, oh, it's undercut me, you know, anything like that. I posted it to show common mistakes which people can make every day. You know, you know, people can't literally stand there and go, oh, look, this bike is in the wrong, you know, he's cut this lane and he's done this, he's done that. You know, nobody's bloody innocent. Everyone's done that. You know, no one can sit there and go, oh, I've never cut a lane, I've never sped or anything. You know, everybody's overdone the speed limit, cut lanes, overtaken, you know. Nobody's innocent, and when people try and plead that they're innocent all the time and they've never done nothing wrong, and they stand there and they judge upon people's awareness. I mean, in fairness, I was knackered, and you know, I just finished, you know, a 6-hour shift, and then I was going straight back on to another 6-hour shift. You know, I had about 2 hours sleep, and obviously I'm setting myself up now, people are going, oh, it shouldn't have been riding and all that, but people have to understand, you know, not everybody has the same alertness as everyone. Nobody's perfect, nobody's the same, everybody's different, everybody has their own reasons why they do certain things and stuff like that. Nobody is the perfect biker, nobody's had the perfect day, you know. People just need to take that and, you know, realise that there's probably quite a lot of people out there that have made a fair few mistakes, and you know, I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't realise that I went so far over to the left like that, to the right, sorry. You know, it's only because I have this camera, when I looked at the footage I was like, wow, I did cut that a little bit. You know, I wasn't like this the whole way, was I? You know, I was like that. I was just touching the white lines. You know, obviously I've done that here because I know there's no cars hardly ever down here apart from these two. But yes, I mean, I hope everyone kind of understands, you know, a little bit more about why that happened, and the fact that the roads are treacherous around here, as you can see. Obviously there probably is a lot worse places than around here, but you know, I thought I'd just upload it to explain the facts of why it looked like it was so bad. What's that? What's that?